Hi guys and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 211, Technical Analysis Edition. Sorry about doing another technical analysis today, guys. I didn't have time to go through the news. As I told you guys, I'm going to be taking my family out of town these next couple days. So we're getting some stuff ready, and I just want to jump in really quick to talk about the markets and see what is happening with crypto, right? Anyways, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a great time. If you're staying indoors and staying safe, congrats. If you're still having to go out because you're considered to be essential, congrats. But if you're just going out because you're responsible, shame on you. You should be staying home and stopping the propagation of the virus, right? Anyways, thank you all for being here again. If you're catching this from live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe. You hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on Discord or Twitter, where we're more active. Link for Discord in the description. Twitter, it'll pop up in a second, but it's at the State of Crypt 1. Anyways, thank you all for being here with us again, and let's jump on to the technicals. It's the Be Right Back screen, sorry. Actual screen, there you go. And yeah, let's jump onto the technicals, right? See what's happening with the market. Yesterday, money flew out of the cryptosphere a little bit, right? About 4.34 billion, a 2.12% move to the downside. Today is moving up a little bit, 2.13%, gaining what we lost yesterday, sitting at $205.06 billion. Price of Bitcoin dominance sitting at 65.25% of market cap. Taking a bit to load for some reason. It was much faster a couple of minutes ago. But you know, it looks like TradingView doesn't want to play ball with us right now. Reload the website, see if it loads properly now. Here we go. Bitcoin dominance. What's happening? Yesterday it gained dominance, 0.29%. Today it's losing dominance, 0.61%. Sitting at 65.27% of market cap. The price of Bitcoin at $73.14. Where are we at, man? We came back down, touched some support. We're able to hold it and bouncing from there again. But unknown yet how strong this move is going to be. You know, we do have some support here in this area around 7,200. We actually did go and open right at 7,200. You can see it up there, right? On this corner up here, I'll set 7,201 cents. Here, the closing was 7,201 cents. So, yeah, we just open up at 7,200 where we have our support, which we have marked at 7,199.20. So, but we know it's 7,200. Anyways, that's where we're at, right? We're going to move to the upside again. We're probably going to try to test 7,500. On the daily, we're very good, man. We were here, right? We're creating some kind of diversions that we were calling out. Going from, what was this? 207.99 to 289. So we're still creating these bearish divergence, right? I think I changed this in this other chart. Yeah, we already had this done in this other chart, but we have that bearish divergence, strong price action to the downside. We did move down. We also kind of hit the support, right? We have the support at 7,181. So very close to it in this chart. We did open at 7,204. So again, very close to where we're at. Just a couple dollars off against the fibs. We're much closer with our actual resistances that we have and supports that we have traced. Anyways, a movement to the downside. We knew it was going to be able to hold here. Potentially, if we dropped it, we'd talk about hitting the 20. And then if we drop that, we'd talk about hitting 6,300. And then if we drop that, 6,200. A movement to the upside would see us hit 7,969. And that would hit the 61% retrace on the fibs. 61.8. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 56.70. We still have room to run to the upside, right? It's still very likely that we could try and do another pull and probably get to bot area, then do one more pull and probably get to overbought areas. But right now, the rise that we had has been very slow, right? It has taken over a month, I believe. 13th of March, 8th of April, almost a month, right? On that rally. Very slow, very steady. We're worried about this being bearish and not and potentially we could hit continuation, But from what we're looking at right now, it looks like we are slowly starting to reset, right? And that we are very likely probably going to try to look for higher highs. And that's I'm playing a little bit more conservative. We're still far away from that 200 simple moving average. We haven't looked at it in a while. I've just gone over and changed this, right? The 200, it's sitting at 8,098. So we are about less like $700 away, right? Yeah, what we said, 8,098. We're at 7,340. So yeah, maybe about $700 away, 700 and change. So it could very likely be that we try to rally, hit the 200, and see if we hold it, and if we manage to break through it. Big chance we might be looking to the bull trend again. But if we reject, there's a big chance we might remain on the bear trend, right? The 200 is key for that. So getting close to it and starting to get a little bit more exciting actually because of that. Was this something that we lost? Yeah, 7,002. Yeah, maybe. Was I confident going in at this level? No. Right, I wouldn't have done it. Mainly because we were forming some structures that were mainly bearish and could have indicated price action to the downside. The risk was, for me, was much bigger than it needed to be. Right? So, that's just my take on this. Your mileage may vary, and you might, yeah, look at this differently, right? Anyways, I might be looking at a new setup. Like I said, I want to be out of the city for a couple days, so I'm not going to be doing the stream. I might be looking at the market. I said yesterday I might be able to jump online. That was until like plans changed today. I was going to stay in the city, but decided that we needed to get out for a little bit and go enjoy some fresh air and get out of all this like just being enclosed. So I'm going to go to a friend's ranch and just chill there for a couple days. It's going to be probably about 5 days, so leaving tomorrow midday and coming back on Sunday night. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Finally, the kids are gonna be able to go outside and run, you know, and chase animals and then have fun. What's happening, right? We developed bearish divergence. We called it out yesterday. Price action to the downside. We managed to hold. Yesterday, we were starting to move down a little bit. So we're calling these out yesterday, right? Again, very likely. And you know, we started to move down. So again, we knew we had divergence on the 4-hour. Starting to bounce, right? Sitting bought. But starting to bounce here around the 60 point on the RSI. Still in that bot area. Again, a rally from here. As you can tell, we came down, touched the 20. Simple moving average, and we're bouncing from it. Now, a rally from here could be short-lived. We haven't made any positive, any negative momentum. We're probably going to create some negative momentum. But if we go higher within this island, there's a chance we just, you know, go slightly higher, create less positive momentum, create strong bearish divergence again, and break down from there. Now, the divergence that we have here, we don't have it on the RSI. Right on the RSI, we're going much higher. So it wouldn't be bad to create divergence on the 4 hours. Again, possibility that this goes up. If we do make negative momentum, it could be short-lived. And, you know, we're still holding the 50%. I do believe that was what we hit. Yeah, the 50% at 7,181. Nothing else developing, so look, we're going to go into the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour, when we were off the air, and this is something that I talked about yesterday on Litecoin, and I told you on a couple other coins, this was the move that we're going to be looking for, right? Probably hit the 20, right, which we did, right? Right after the stream came out, we hit the 20. Then we used it as support, we bounced from it, going higher, and on that movement higher, we ended up going and making negative momentum still, right? So we're creating strong bearish divergence on. Sorry, I made this white, so I meant to make it yellow. There we go. We're making strong bearish divergence against the MACD and the RSI, right? We're making we're going from positive momentum to negative, and we're going from a high on the RSI to a lower point. Now, lower, low, negative momentum, more negative momentum against the previous island. That would be back here, right? And you could say that we're creating divergence right from here to here. Yeah, we could argue that it's hidden bullish, and that's probably why we're getting this bounce. We're managing to get above the 20, which is the only thing that's good right now, right? So this really playing out here. We don't have it on the other side, just here. We're looking for this bounce, right? We hit the 20, we reject it right now. So it looks like we're getting above it. If we manage to get above it, we could be looking to make positive momentum and then get on And that would imply that on the 4 hours, we might start moving up again, like we stated, and probably heading for that 20, right? Sorry, go higher, not heading for a 20, sorry, but go higher and create that bearish divergence. Let's wait and see how this holds on the 20. Neutral on the RSI at 54.65. Now let's go on to Ethereum. What is happening with Ethereum? Yesterday lost dominance 2.06%. Today is gaining 1.71%, sitting at 9.22% of market cap. The price of Ethereum on $171.74. What? Yes, still holding the 382, right? That's why fibs are also important. Where did this close? 164. We have the fib at 165, so very close to it. Again, probably a matter of pinpointing some of the fibs, but you know, quite close to it. Rejecting right lower prices, undoing the losses of yesterday, and trying to pull up again. Now making more positive momentum, going higher on the RSI. Actually, slightly lower right now on the RSI, it would seem. All right, 60.21. 59, right? So we're making less relative strength to get to the same price, but it's not too much yet, and it will still be divergence, right? So if we were to call this the same price, right, go flat, or you wanted to call this going slightly lower, we'll still be creating divergence, right? And that will all be fine. Now I gotta move my monitor to another place. It seems like I'm getting stuck here. I hope you guys are still seeing me live fine. It's just not looking that good here. Looks like I'm getting like that little circle that says loading, but no, apparently it is working still, right? Anyways, what we're recreating would be a medium divergence, right? Medium bearish, potential price action to the downside, and that's what we're looking for. So I'm still trying to get this thing to load. There we go. And I think I'm caught up to where we're at in the stream. Anyways, like I said, price action to the upside right now, and let's wait and see how this keeps on developing on the daily, right? Let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, still lower than our previous high, and being overbought at 71.24, right? So nothing happening really on the 4 hours. If we go slightly higher, we're probably going to create that divergence. I'm not going to be here the next couple days. I'm just going to leave something like this. So we know we talked about it. I'm going to actually make it blue. That'll be enough for us to know when we come back that we were calling probably divergence, right? That's what I'm expecting to happen here. And maybe go higher here. I'm not sure where we're gonna go, but something like that, right? That's our expectation for the market. So I'm gonna go on to the 1 hour, and I forgot to leave this stuff on the 1 hour chart, on the 4 hour chart, right? So I'll send it back real quick. Just give me 1 second, guys. As I do a little bit of cleanup. Music is really not wanting to play ball either. Let's see what's wrong with you, Spotify. Play ball. There we go. Alrighty. So this is also from the 4 hours, right? Or the daily, sorry. It's from the daily. And for some reason, sometimes the charts are nice, and then for some reason, some other days, the charts are just all weird. Anyway, what happened? We managed to go higher, just like we stated, right? And again, going to a higher high. Make sure this is going to be on the 1 hour and not anywhere else. There we go. Again, going to neutral, right, to negative, and then going from a high to a lower high. We talked about this happening yesterday, a potential of that happening. We even drew it out on Litecoin, so much so that I even went on Twitter and said, look at this minutes on yesterday's video, and you'll see what we were talking about, right? Anyways, going lower, slightly lower still, negative momentum still building, low, lower, low, less on that low, right? Lower, high, lower, high. So again, everything being congruent with Ethereum on the 1 hour. Really nothing else happening yet, right? Low, lower, low. We're going to get more negative momentum. Now, if we were to look for that reason why we're bouncing, we'd be looking for that same movement that Bitcoin had. And that would be going from here, negative, right, this low, to a higher low, but making hells more negative momentum, right? And on the RSI, we would be fine. We're actually going slightly, sorry, no, we would still have it because we're going lower on that RSI, right? So again, hidden bullish divergence, potential price continuation while we're seeing this movement to the upside. Again, getting above the 20 on the 1 hour, which is good, and it will get us to that impulse that we need for this to go slightly higher and create this bearish divergence that we're talking about in the 4 hours, right? That's probably gonna be what's gonna happen. Now I'm gonna move on to XRP real quick. What's happening with XRP dominance? Yesterday it lost dominance 0.75. Today it seems like it wants to gain 0.51, trying to gain what it lost yesterday. It's sitting at 4.24% of market cap. The price of XRP is at 19 cents, 19.783 cents. Again, we're still in this area of support resistance. We're still within this rising channel that we have, this rising wedge, holding 19.785, which we knew it was an area that we could hold. We're actually facing it as resistance right now, but we're still holding 19.440. Again, we're still within this range, and we knew it was a possibility that we're going to be here. Facing it as resistance and then trying to move up still. So let's wait and see how this keeps on developing throughout the day. Positive momentum still building, 568, 574, so slightly more positive momentum than before, going higher still, and also higher on the RSI. The only thing that's worrying me a little bit, and I think we might still be lower. Yeah, we're slightly lower here. But something that worries me is that we probably get to the same height that we have on this candle here from April the 6th, so yesterday, like getting to that same level, and or resistance or relative strength, sorry, being slightly less, right? That would create divergence, bearish, and that could potentially talk about price action to the downside, right? That would be medium divergence that we were developing. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 57.69. We're going to go into the 4-hour chart, right? If you guys have any questions, please put them in the Fatty, hi, man. And Bubbling Brooks, this thing's going to stall at 7,300, looking lackluster again. Ready to spiel. Sorry, guys, if I'm late on chat. For some reason, it's not loading where I have it usually. On my OBS, it's just not loaded. So I'm having to look at this on the site. So thank you guys for being here, man. I appreciate it. And thank you for saying hi. And sorry for not replying as quickly as possible. Anyways, but yes, I'll go back to Bitcoin, babbling. Just give me 1 second. As soon as I finish XRP, I'll revert to Bitcoin, talk about that, and then I'll continue with Litecoin. Just let me finish XRP for a second. Again, on the 4 hours, right? Sure, man. Anyways, what's going on here, right? We're going higher, right, on that price. Right now, we're going lower. Again, finding that bounce area, right, around the 20. We knew it's happening because Bitcoin's doing the same thing, right? So everyone's kind of following Bitcoin, even though alts pumped more yesterday. Again, we're probably going to try to head to the same high. And same thing that I'm worried about that's going to happen with Litecoin, right? We go slightly lower. Just going to make sure this is going to be on the 4 hours. See, I wanted to go onto the 1 hour. Right, we go slightly higher. There's a possibility that I'm looking for it to play out, right? We create strong bearish divergence and then we move down again. Right, going to a higher high with less positive strength and less or lower on that RSI. Anyways, that's it for this on the 4 hours. Really not much happening on the 4 hours. Everything's mainly playing off the 1 hour today. Right, we had divergence. We talked about this yesterday, right? Going slightly higher. Now this is also going to want to go back to play on the 4 hours. We just called it off. See, here we created positive momentum, and here we have this very nice anchor to this bearish divergence that we were looking for, that we talked about yesterday. Again, this was very real. I even went on Twitter, like I said, and posted it and said, guys, look at yesterday's video from this time to this time. This is what I'm expecting that's going to happen on the market. We're looking for this new high with less positive momentum and lower on that RSI, and then break down a little bit. And I even say we're going to break down a little. I didn't say we're going to break down a lot yet, but I called for a little break, and that's what we got, that small movement to the downside. Again, what I'm looking at here also, and the reason that we're bouncing, and it's just happening across the market, right? We're creating this hidden bullish, and again, we were making so much negative momentum. Look at how much negative momentum we created just to get this low, right? It was like not that much movement to the downside, but it took us a hell of a lot of strength of negative momentum to get there. And let's see on the RSI though. On the RSI I haven't looked. So 38.92, 38.97. So we're slightly higher. I'm not gonna call divergence there. Just a hidden bearish on XRP on the 1 hour, right? 1 second. For those of you that are wondering what tweet I'm referring to, is this one here. It says, go check out video from yesterday, minute 21:52 to minute 22:20, and check out today's chart for Litecoin. See how we called out the market moves? Yes, that's what we were doing yesterday. We weren't calling price targets. We were just calling the motion of the market. Again, the market is... what? Okay. Someone added me to some list for some reason. I'm not sure why. But anyways. Pumping again. Yes. Pumping again. We knew it was a chance, man. Getting over the 20 and the divergence that we're calling. We knew it was a possibility that we could try to go higher, but I'm worried about that divergence developing, right? Neutral on there is at 56.50. So I'm going to go back and look at Bitcoin real quick. So apparently we're pumping again. Yes, we're finally taking off from this 1 hour wick. And we talked about it when we were doing the stream, right? A chance if we manage to hold this outside of this area, we still try to rally, right? Again, 7,300. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I think we have a good shot at heading for that 7,900, right? And then we have the 200 simple moving average. That's very close. Within $700 move. When Bitcoin has done it before. So getting above that 200 simple moving average would be really key for us to look at a bull market again. Right above the 200. You know, we've looked at this before. And we talked about being above the 200 on the daily. Right? The 200 being right now at 8,098. Right, and getting above that would put us on that bull trend. That's something that we're looking for, and we use this area, the 50%, as a support, which is very key as well. Right, that 50% on the fibs, much closer to where we had it here at 7,200, because we actually here we were about $1 off. Right, 7,000. What would we call it at? 7,201. And here I have the line at 7,199.20, but we always refer to it as the 7,200 line. And yeah, we were like very, very like a cent away from hitting it, right? So very, very close to it. Again, I have different charts for different things I look at, but the 200 is congruent across the markets, or the charts at least for Bitcoin. Very close to hitting it. If we hit it, there's a chance we might reject. If we reject, we're looking for lower prices. If we manage to get above that 200, we might flirt with it for a bit before we reject, right? But if we manage to get above that 200, we're probably looking at the bull trend, and that's good. That will get us on that position when we really want to start putting our money on Bitcoin again. I might start, like last time I did open a position, I have it played here, right? I marked my entries, my exits. There are these little lines you're going to see up here, right? This green, yellow, and red. They're very tiny right now. And I should be very much looking to open a position here. There's some upside to opening a position right now, maybe about a 10% gain. So it could be that I'm willing to open a position, right? And then basically take profit when we hit the 200. If I believe it's going to break down, right? If I see something that's developing I'm not happy with, which was what happened here, right? I did stall in making my position, my entry. I did end up going in at another time, but again, we knew it was going to break down, and we ended up exiting somewhere around this area. So I'm happy about how this played out, and probably going to be opening something tonight, maybe. I'm not sure yet, but I'll analyze this a little bit more in detail. You guys know this is not technical advice for any of you. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to play it out. I might tell you like maybe next week when I'm back. I'm going to be out for a couple days, but basically I'm looking probably for entry at this line here, 7,500, and I'm going to leave some profit on the table from going in right now, and that's fine. And I'll probably be placing my stop loss at 7,100. I still have to like make my calculations, but maybe about 3 to 4% move to the downside, right? Maybe 5. Still have to yet to analyze it, but I'm probably gonna look to take profit at the 20 or around the 20 if it's looking like it's gonna be weak and we're not gonna burst through. If it looks like we're gonna burst through with strength, I'm just gonna like play, and I'm gonna raise my stop loss until it becomes a take profit. And just basically keep on rising it as the market keeps on going up, right? And same way I played it last time. Anyways, I'm gonna go on to Litecoin. I'm just gonna I'm gonna put this in a different color just for me, so that I know this is entry point, right? And I'm gonna place this arrow right. I'm gonna shift it here. Let me shift. I'm gonna type here entry. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Entry at 7,500. There we go. All right, that we know. We called it. That's gonna be our potential entry. We haven't done it yet because we're not there. So until we do it, until we get there, that's what we're looking for. I'm gonna move on to Litecoin now. Continue with the stream. Litecoin dominance on the daily. Yesterday, gaining dominance 1.40%. Today is gaining 1.03%, sitting at 1.45% of market cap. The price of Litecoin at $46.52. Man, we're managing to break outside of this rising wedge that we have. To the bodies, though. Remember yesterday, for some reason, I got... Some of the stuff I did yesterday got deleted. And I know it happens when I open my charts on different browsers. Sometimes they don't reload properly. But I had made this movement here, and I'm positive I had made it on XRP. And now XRP, we left it as it was because we already had it. But on Ethereum, I'm positive I had done this, right? Because it's not there. I had switched this to the tops. Sorry if I'm deviating a little bit from Litecoin. But I'm starting to see that some of the work we did yesterday is no longer there. And I really want to have all this really charted out. Because I'm looking, rising wedges tend to break to the downside. And we're not seeing that break yet. So I'm really trying to gauge what's going to happen here with the rising wedges, right? Maybe we create that divergence and then we break down. Litecoin, let's continue here. Anyways, price of Litecoin, $46.52. Going higher than yesterday, that's fine. More positive momentum, higher on the RSI. Again, nothing bearish here. I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour, man, came very, very flat, right? I have the 200 probably. And that's why the charts are looking a little bit off. There we go. Now it looks a little bit better. Getting above the 20. Same thing that's happening with the rest of the market. Held at 20, going higher. We didn't have the bullish divergence here that we had on other coins. But again, still managing to go up very nicely. Again, Bubbling Brooks, if you haven't done it yet, you should probably subscribe to this channel. Hit that like and that bell. That way you're going to be notified when we go live. Overbought at 72.26 on the RSI. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. On the 1 hour, we were looking for this divergence, right? Price action to the downside. We did get it slightly. We still managed to go higher, and we knew this was a possibility, right? When we were doing the stream. Right? We talked about this going higher and going with the less. And then here I know because we were at 10 p.m. That would have been this candle. And we didn't stay for the closing, right? But we went higher. I talk about maybe making negative momentum. But certainly coming in and making positive momentum and be less. And that's precisely what we did, right? We made positive momentum, it's less. And we're really using that to bounce. Now, let me make sure this is going to be on the 1 hour. Yes, it is. And even on the RSI, right? Just like we called it yesterday. Again, beautiful, beautiful play here. Market motion to the downside. We knew it was potential. And now we're looking for entry. Again, it wasn't a big move. I wasn't really going to make a huge trade in here. But I was looking for that exit point. I don't have any Litecoin on hold, and you guys know that because I've told you plenty of times. I'm looking for entry, and I haven't found it yet, right? Litecoin, let's say, has not been one of the coins I'm willing or looking to put money into. That easy, right? If I find a good entry point for Litecoin, I will, but right now I haven't. I'm more inclined to put more money towards Ethereum, which it's 20% gain yesterday, man, almost 20%. That was beautiful. But again, I'm looking for something similar to happen here, right? Go slightly lower or slightly higher with create divergence again, and then probably break down. Neutral on the RSI, 58.73. Let's go on to Binance. What is happening with Binance dominance? Yesterday it lost dominance, 1.26%. Today it's gaining 0.41%. Sitting at 1.15% of market cap. Let's go and look at... Yay, Spotify ads. There we go. So we're gonna look here real quick at Binance sitting at $15.18 again. Oh man, we were looking at it down here and we said it might be a good entry point for Binance, right? Kind of hitting my head against the wall that I didn't go in. I should have, man, because I really thought Binance was cheap enough to get in, particularly at $6, man. Like $8 would have been good, even $9, $10 would have been good, right? But I didn't, and I'm regretting it now. It would have been a good gain, man. At $10, 50% gains in like less than a month would have been insanely cool, man. Anyways, but that's life, right? Again, neutral on the RSI, 57.81. Same height than we had at our previous day closing. Positive momentum staying more or less the same. Yeah. So not much happening here on Binance on the daily. I'm going to go to the 4-hour. Bullish divergence hidden. That's the last thing we called. Price action to the upside nicely. Again, starting to move down. Holding the 20, bouncing from it and moving higher. That's fine. We're expecting that. Neutral on the RSI. So something that I'm looking for right now, just like with the rest of the coins, right? Maybe we go slightly higher. We create less, right? We go less on that positive momentum and lower on that RSI, and then we break down on bearish divergence on the 4 hours. Now I'm going to go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we're sitting neutral at 59.17 on the RSI. Again, same stuff that we called yesterday. Going slightly higher. About here's positive momentum, right? Just like it had with XRP. And even less here on the RSI. Again, price action to downside, gotta play out. What I'm looking for is this bounce that we're making on a hidden bullish. Right? Hidden bullish, there we go. Here we even have it on the MACD. Sorry, on the RSI. There we go, right? Lower on that RSI. Hidden bullish divergence, potential price action to the upside. Man, here we managed to get above the 20 on the last candle. And we're using it as support and bouncing from it. And that's just what we expect when we get above the 20, right? Sometimes we use it as support and we bounce from it. We talk about this and we mentioned it a couple times. So if you guys looked at that and you see that happening, congrats. And I hope you're taking advantage of these moves. Now, like I said, Ethereum yesterday. I just wanted to go touch base on Ethereum yesterday. Again, on the daily. Beautiful candle, man. 20% gains, right? You see that, 20%. That is insanely good gains. That's why I'm more inclined to put my money into Ethereum. I do believe it has a little bit more potential to the upside. Bitcoin's halving is coming in. But again, we got to wait and see whether or not that could be part of the driver for this slow increase, right? On Bitcoin, sorry, this small creep to the upside that we're getting. Probably on halving speculation or pre-speculation of the halving event. And we might see this become a little bit more volatile as we get closer to that date. And that will be a good position to open up Bitcoin. That's why I could be considering this potential factor as to getting back into Bitcoin, right? Putting more money in Bitcoin. The driving factor that would be the halving event. Now, I'm going to go look real quick at gold and silver. On the daily yesterday, again, indecision happening, right? Pullback, that's fine. Silver trying to run. We talked about the range for silver, $14 to $17, that's fine. Again, we're looking at this going slightly higher. We're still looking at this going slightly higher, Not much changing for silver. Gold, again, but still less, slightly more. 822, 853. Right, so gold now. I'll do something very similar to what I have for silver. Why? Because it's the same thing that's happening, right? Here and then here, right? We're having divergence. Hidden bearish, potential price continuation, and there's a chance we might get this small drop, which we did get yesterday. But yesterday we didn't have this, right? This is 8.22. Yesterday was 8.14. Today, throughout the day, we managed to get to 853. Now we created it, and I'm looking for this to happen, right? Again, we don't have it on the RSI, neutral at 58.13, and that's fine for gold. We're going to look at the markets real quick. S&P. Yesterday down 4 points, but it took a huge downturn, right? It gapped on the opening, and then it just moved down massively, right? The whole move was, it just said 4 because we went 4 down from the opening, so we were positive. But this whole thing does have a measure, and it's not I hate that this doesn't tell you clear. We can take it. It was about a 78 points to the downside, right? It's much more than before. Nikkei, again, this same thing, gapped up, right? Open here, had some indecision, but managed to close up, and that's fine. 373 points. Toronto, 21.44. London, 170 positive, right? It gapped down on the opening, we still managed to move down. That's weird. Why is it saying positive? Mine a daily? Yeah, it's weird. London is being weird. Give me different data here on the side. Anyways, I'm gonna look at the Dow real quick and see what's happening there. Dow Jones, what happened? Same stuff, right? The S&P did open here and managed to close right there. 900 points it conceded today. 900 points going down, right? It just has 26. Because, yes, we did manage to go 26 from here to here, which is very, very minuscule, right? From the top of this candle to here. That's fine. Now, let's look at the US 30 and we'll figure out what's happening. So, the US 30, again, gapped up. So that will probably open up here when it was high. As it managed to come down here and close. Today, we're seeing indecision. So, we're going to wait for tomorrow's bell and see where we're at pre-opening, gapping down or gapping up to look at positions that we could take on the market. Again, this is Dow Live, and that's where we get the potential gaps, right? Oil. Let's look at oil real quick. We call divergence price action to the upside. We got it right. It was a very, very nice movement to the upside. Almost 35 to 40% gains on oil if you would have taken it when we were calling it. Right now, going down slightly. We created some kind of divergence, hidden bearish. We're still waiting for it to develop. If we go down, we have the 20 to bounce. And if we break the 20, then we're probably looking for lower prices, maybe creating potential, like real divergence, right? We're going from here to zero. We're looking for this bounce. Now we're probably going to be anchoring to a negative momentum. And that could be a possibility. Neutral on the other side, 46.60. Now, let's go and look at West Texas. Again, West Texas losing a little bit, trying to gain today, right? Let's want to see how this keeps on playing. We're facing the 20, and we're probably going to try to break above it, but unknown yet whether or not we're going to be able to get above that. If we reject, we're probably going to look for lower prices. Again, create that divergence. Big chance oil could go down if we're not careful with the 20, right? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm not sure who else is watching. Fatty, thank you for being here, man. Babylon Brooks, thank you for being here. The rest of you guys that are here watching but not chatting, thank you for being here. If you don't mind and if you haven't done it, you should probably subscribe to this channel. We're very chill, we're very mellow, and we enjoy doing crypto. Bitcoin Jake, how's it going, man? Peace and love, man. Thank you for being here. I'm not going to be here the next couple weeks, guys. The next couple days, guys. 5 days. I'm going to be off. I'm going to be enjoying my family. I want to be having fun with them. If you guys want to look at something else, let me know. There's other coins out there. There's other assets that have been performing okay. Again, BSB, right? Went up. It's going up 16%, right? On Bitfinex, it's performing extremely well right now, right? Even better than Bitcoin, right? So again, like I said, there's other assets that are bouncing and popping. I usually just do the top 5 for what I consider to be the most important ones in the market, or the most representatives on the market. But you guys bring other ones, we'll certainly look at them. Now, I'm going to do a quick zoom here and look at BSB and figure out what's happening here. Alright, first thing I'm noticing, we're creating bearish divergence, right? We're going from a high of 8.465 to a new high of 7.297. Right, and it doesn't matter, we're still anchoring high. Creating bearish divergence, strong potential price action to the downside. We don't have it on the RSI. Sitting bought at 62.53. Chance we could come back down to neutral zone. We're in this large green candle coming in, right? Why? Because we're bouncing off the 20. We talk about that, right? So we're bouncing 20, going higher again. Good stuff happening. Higher than our previous high, right, on this island, but lower than our previous high, probably on the previous island. That's where we want to anchor from. 1.689, 1.654. So yes, very, very slightly lower, right? And as you can tell, we're going much higher. So right now, we would be developing this kind of strong bearish divergence as well, but we don't have it on the RSI. On the RSI, we're actually sitting overbought at 80.11. Now, could we go down? Yeah. Could we go up and negate it? Yes. If we manage to go higher than this point here, that would be 1.689. We could certainly go higher and negate the divergence, right? That's something that could happen. I'm not sure why this is pumping, man. I'm not having. All right. Bitcoin Cash halving in T minus 16 hours. BSB to follow. Bitcoin Forks, Bitcoin Cash, and BSB will both complete their blocks halving this week, roughly 2 days apart. Cointelegraph, right? 7 hours ago. Maybe again we're getting pre-halving hype on BSB. Well, yeah, man. I'm not sure. That came out here, man. I'm not sure. I thought the halving was later on, but this article came out, right, 6 hours ago. Bitcoin Cash halving T minus 16 hours. Bitcoin Satoshi version also halves. Anyways, again, like I said, potential good entry for Bitcoin. I might be adding to my portfolio and figure out what's going to happen there. Anyways, let's go into 1 hour. Oh man, the stuff from the daily came here. Weird, awkward. There we go. Let's go to this stuff here. This should just be on the 4 hours. I haven't done this on this chart, so that's why it's popping up all crazy. All crazy and shit, you know. Anyways, you can tell we're making this massive, massive green bar. So again, go much higher here as well. And I would say we're about even here. 79.99, 79.53, man. All right, so there's something, right? This again can get undone so quickly, so I wouldn't put too much strength on this. But right now we're going from a high on the RSI to a slightly lower point on the RSI. It's just almost neutral, but we're going slightly lower. We're creating strong bearish divergence on the 1 hour and potential price action to the downside, right? Now I want to confirm something real quick. Yeah, tomorrow is a halving of Bitcoin Cash, right? And the real Bitcoin halving is in May. Yeah, I wasn't off. It was in May. But for some reason, apparently, Bitcoin Cash is halving. And that could have some implications. And then apparently, Bitcoin SB should also halve. And that's what is getting us this probably crazy move, right? Expectation, man. Watch out if it does something like Litecoin did. We could get a pre-pump, right? And then as soon as it halves, or a couple days after it halves, we'll get this massive, massive dump coming in. So be careful with this pump, man. This is hype. You could be buying. I wouldn't be sure if this is FOMO or not yet, but you could be buying into FOMO. Let's look at BCH. Let's look at that, man. I'm worried now. I'm BCH to the USD. I don't think I have that one open. Should I open it on Kraken? Yeah, Kraken looks like it's a good option. Let's look at Bitcoin. Yes, look, man. Bitcoin Cash is doing the same thing, right? I'm positive that the chart we were looking at was Bitcoin SB. Was it Bitcoin SB that we had before, or was it Bitcoin Cash? It probably was Bitcoin Cash, man. And I was reading it wrong here. I'm not sure if I had Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin SB. No, Bitcoin SB. That's the one we had. And yes, I was right. 16% up because it was gapping. Now, Bitcoin Cash is up 8%. Again, very, very nice move on Bitcoin Cash. And why is it happening? It's happening on halving news, right? So I wouldn't put too much stock on this. The other thing I can tell you I don't like, man, this is going much higher. This is going much lower, right? Creating that strong bearish. Even here we would have it, right, from this point to this point. And again, strong bearish divergence, right? Not as strong as we're having it on Bitcoin SB. Just be careful with this potential price action to the downside. This could still go on developing, and this could rise much higher, and it can get negated. But right now we have it, and I gotta tell you guys that we have it, right? It's a potential that it plays out. Now, I thought I had said this just on the 1 hour. Apparently I missed it, and I left it on the 4 hours as well. Now, let's look at this real quick, though. High, higher, high. Okay, cool. Here we also have that strong bearish divergence coming into play, right? Look, we're going much higher. I'm just gonna make sure this is gonna be on the 4 hours. That way it wouldn't mess up with the other lines I place. It's fine. All right, cool. So anchor it to there, and we're going less on that positive momentum. And we're also lower on that RSI, man. Not the best for Bitcoin Cash right now. Strong bearish divergence on two of the indicators. Now we do have the halving. This could still pump, right? Albeit that is the only thing I'm seeing happening. Now 8.896. So going higher here. We don't have anything on the daily. Neutral at, bought at 60.23 on the RSI. Again, guys, wow. I miss those news, man, because I usually don't look at those coins. I'm probably not as up to date with those. If you're going to put money into Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin SB, just make sure you're smart about your exit strategy. Make sure you're not buying into the FOMO. Like we said, we're getting this pump on halving, right? So let's see how this behaves. And it could probably be an indicator as to what Bitcoin halving might be like. Now we do have Bitcoin halving coming in May, so yeah, let's wait for that. Anyways, guys, we've talked through the market. We've gone through many things. If you guys have anything you want to look at, let me know. Right now is the time. Otherwise, I'm gonna be off, and again, I'm probably gonna be off for a couple days. I might be active on Twitter. I'm not sure. I want to take this time to decompress, be with my family. I want to look at the market as little as possible, unless I open my Bitcoin position, which or add to my Bitcoin position. No, actually open, right? Because I closed the last Bitcoin position I had. So open my Bitcoin position and then look at it from there, right? I set up my entry strategy for Bitcoin at 7,500. Right, and that's where I'm trying to be going. I want to be trying to go in, right? Entry at 7,500, and we have the 200 simple moving average. That's going to be about probably $500 away from it, so it'd still be a good gain. And see if we burst through that 200, right? I'll show the 200 again, just for those of you that are joining us late. 200 is right here at 8,099, and here we're sitting at 7,300. So we're looking about $800 away, and Bitcoin has made those moves before, and that's what I'm looking for, this huge move to the upside. But again, my entry point is going to be at 7,500. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get above that. We do have it as a resistance, and that's why I have this here, right, at 7,531, but my entry is 7,500. And then we could see what happens, right? I might go in at 7,531. We know it's a resistance. On at least on the Coinbase chart, and that's when I'm gonna be putting together my strategy, right? It's just gonna depend a lot on as to how I feel the market as we get closer to that price target. Now, again, like I said, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, you should do it. We're pretty cool. We're pretty chill. You can follow us on Twitter also at the State of Crypt 1. I'll throw that out as soon as that like, subscribe, and bell leaves the screen. There we go. It's leaving now. So we'll... sorry, I put the same one out. Fuck. Sorry. I want to do the Twitter. I'm still getting used to the shortcuts. Anyways, do that right now. Or I'll delete your computer files forever. Endeavor. I'm kidding. That's our Twitter. You can join us there as well. Again, I might be looking at the market, but I'm not going to be able to stream. I'm not going to be in the city. I'm not going to be near my computer. Everything I'll be doing remotely. But again, guys, thank you for joining us. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. Bitcoin Jake, Babylon Brooks, Fatty. Again, at first I was struggling with the chat because, again, it's not loading on the OBS. It's loading here on the side of the live chat for the stream, but I usually don't have this window open that much. I was just worried that there was not much chat going on. It just looks like the chat box was empty. Then I realized that it was not loading chat. So if you guys came in and I didn't say hi on time, sorry about that. But thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. And this is State of Crypto. I'm your host Martin. It's been a pleasure being here with you guys tonight on an awesome Tuesday night. I haven't seen anyone request any coins, so I'm just gonna sign off. There's some stuff I gotta get ready. I'm taking my family out for like 5 days, so yeah, still gotta do bags and not heavy traveling, but I'm just gonna go out of the city to a friend's ranch and just try to be mellow. and like relax a little bit, take my kids to nature. They're probably going insane of just being enclosed in these four walls. It's gonna be good for them, good for us. Again, thank you all for being here. I'll catch you again Monday of next week for another edition of the State of Crypto. Stay cool, stay safe, stay indoors, be responsible. Or if you're gonna go out, just make sure you travel in your own car. You don't go to any places where you can get contaminated by COVID or contaminate someone else with COVID. And we'll be here next Monday. Stay safe, guys. I'll catch you then. Until then.